and welcome to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Kama kawaida, we have a great show lined up for you. It's the BBI week, so much to talk about. The biggest referendum question from the BBI launch at the Bomas of Kenya this past Wednesday was it to be on the podium? Yes or no? This question emerged after this video was caught on live TV. So it could be that all this time the initials for BBI actually stands for Beba Beba Itumbi. Now, now, as much as it's not unexpected for Itumbi to be carried away, he responded to the question by posting pictures of himself on the podium, to mean that this might have just been a misunderstanding because the security officer who is seen removing Itumbi from the group is not the first Kenyan not to know who Itumbi is.
Who is Itumbi?
Exactly. Not the first time that's happening. Kuna Wakenya wanasema ati hiyo kitu ilifanyikia Itumbi kwa podium ni kama ukiokwa kwa group ya matanga alafu urushe clip ya tua. Always negotiate na admin. Admins do not negotiate with yeah, you know. What that security officer did to Itumbi is an art mastered by parents. Ukijaribu kuingia kwa nyumba wageni wakikula. On a serious note though, there's one thing everyone missed from that clip. Itumbi was manhandled right behind this country's top leaders. Now, just from this picture, I now believe that it's true that our leaders sometimes have no idea the amount of suffering Kenyans are going through behind their backs. For real. Now, for this episode, I've managed to get one of the people I've looked for a very long time, for yet another story that I have been longing to have on this show for the longest time. Now, he is the senior-most citizen we've ever had on the show, a gentleman who stands to be counted among the heroes who fought for the independence of this country we call Kenya. Mzee Gitu Wa Kahengeri is in the house! Thank you. Asanteni sana. Mzee Kahengeri was among the distinguished guests at the BBI launch, an event which was met with quite an unexpected reaction. One of the proposals in the document is a 5% payout to whistleblowers on all recovered assets. Finally, utiaji inaenda kulipa. This means that Mike Sonko could soon become the highest paid governor in Kenya. And not only that, I can only imagine how people would be spending their snitching income. Hii serikali inachoma sasa. Imagine sisi watu wa 5 billion mobile clinics scandal hatujalipwa tangu February. Now, how would it be for the ladies? Siwezi pelekwa out na mwanaume na doza utiaji. Anyway, away from that, our reporter Kenyan Jui has so much shelved for you. Let's hear what he has prepared for you for this episode. Now, tonight's episode is about an untold Mau Mau story. Our guest, having been born in the year 1924, has seen it all from even before this country existed. Mzee Gitu Wa Kahengeri joins me on the other end of this short break for a conversation you should not miss for anything. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. We have a great show lined up for you, kama kawaida. And our guest tonight is a Mau Mau war veteran. But before I introduce him, I'd like to give a warm shout out to one of our audience members, anaitwa Ali Ahmed. Ali Ahmed ametutengenezea kitu desk mpya just in case something happens to this one. We'll be doing the show from this one. Asante sana Ali Ahmed for this. And now away from that, like I said, our show tonight ni about an untold Mau Mau story. And our guest, like I said, has seen it all. Gitu Wa Kahengeri is in the house.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Shukrani sana.
Karibu sana. There is so much we can talk about.
Yeah.
This is a show for people. Most of the people who watch this show are, I think, 5% of your age, as in in the age meter. You have seen it all. But personally, my curious question, as in, I'll probably need to start with that one. My curious question is, having been there before independence, when the British colonized us, and now that we are on the verge of being colonized by the Chinese, do you feel any different?
There is a great difference.
Okay.
The British government occupied our country in 1800. They took all the land, the fertile land, and they left the Africans without a place of cultivation, and they moved them to special places
Okay.
where they could not help themselves. Now, there is a great difference because today we are an independent Kenya.
Okay.
At that time, we were colonized by other people from another country. Therefore, it is great pleasure to feel that I am in an independent country as an independent person.
The feeling,
That is
just-
that
just
is
the
the
feeling.
difference.
Just the feeling. And for the people, the story about the struggle is very long and interesting, but I'm particularly curious about kuna wakati watu walienda kupigana vita, fighting for the British. And then when they came back, they were paid with boots. How was that? How was the reaction? Does that explain why, even after fighting for the country, they were satisfied bila shamba?
That paid by boots,
Yes.
that is not the Kenyan struggle.
Okay. Yes,
That was a British Second World War,
the Kenyans who
where
fought for
the
British.
people of Kenya was conscripted into the army of the British government. They were taken to Middle East, they were taken to Ceylon, they were taken to any other places in the Middle East to fight against the Japanese for the British Empire.
Okay.
These are the people who were, when they came home, they were only awarded the boots
Yes.
they were using during the struggle, in the fight in the army. That is quite different story with the people who fought for this country.
Yes.
To remove the British government.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the bite there, especially for me, is they fought, but walirudi at least walikuwa wanaweza kupiga look, si ndio? But then for the Mau Mau struggle, I'm told the British, we read that the British had superior weapons, and some of the strategies you used when fighting was snatching the guns from the white
British
people,
soldiers.
right? Other than the soldiers who knew how to use guns, did you have Mau Mau fighters who just snatched for the sake, they did not know what that is, and they had to be trained later?
No, that is not the case. Because when we went to war, the beginning of our war with the British, we were prepared.
You knew what a gun was?
Yes, of course. Dedan Kimathi and any other people who went to that war knew what the gun was.
And what
they knew how to use it. There was nothing strange. Therefore, when we went to the war, what we lacked is the sophisticated arms.
Okay.
We had a panga, we had a rungu. These are the weapons that we used in the first place. But later on, when the British came with the guns and everybody, and they entered into war with the Mau Mau, then we had a chance of snatching their guns when we fight and take them to the forest, to the freedom fighters.
And I think that's why I call bravery. You had the courage to snatch a gun from someone with a rungu.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Did you guys know what a gun is? Like really back then, to approach a mzungu with a rungu, you approach them as a friend first, like they came, the way they came, and then now you go to the gun, you go for the gun. Were they just giving everybody guns? Because for a person who's trained.
No, we had very little guns that we had in our possession.
Okay.
And therefore we had to choose who is to be given a gun.
So you are sharing guns like textbooks?
A person who knows, yes, of course, a person who knows how to use it and who can use it to the maximum.
Okay.
Therefore, when I am going to snatch a gun from a European soldier, there is nothing I have left behind. I snatch it or I die.
I'll update your gangster points right now. You are currently cruising at 1 or 2%. But you are just the boardroom guy, strategy, you also went to field work sometimes?
Both. I went both. I started with the other freedom fighters, the guerrilla war.
Yes.
That we started in Nairobi here, in Nakuru, in Mombasa, in towns. That is where we started before we moved to the forest.
Okay.
Therefore, my job was fighting, of course, and organizing the liberation struggle.
For all that the Mau Mau went through, right? The torture, the incarceration, you successfully sued the British government and won 2.6 billion.
Yes.
And after that, I understand that there are people who showed up as Mau Mau after the money. I don't know about Tukoflani Mau Mau, but I'm told there are people who showed up. How did you divide the money now? How did you...
Yeah.
The amount of torture someone went through?
That is simple. I personally took the case to England.
Yes.
I registered the case in England, in the registries on the 25th of June 2009.
Yes.
That case was not about the Mau Mau as an organization. That case was about the Mau Mau persons who were beaten, who were mistreated. Therefore, the case subject was torture and ill treatment.
I watched an interview you did with Jeff, and you talked about places you could never go to, streets you could never cross. And you could actually get charged and in a court of law and sent to prison
if you get there.
For crossing a road. For crossing a road.
Not only that, people of this country living in Nairobi could not go to Moyale because the northern part of our country was called Northern Frontier District.
Okay.
Only a police person, only a civil servant could go there. If you did go there as a civilian, you were caught. And you are taken to court, you are convicted. We have Norfolk Hotel.
Yes.
When you are going to Norfolk Hotel, and perhaps you want to pass through to VOK,
Yes.
You are walking towards the western side. And the European, their children and their wives are drinking tea in the veranda of Norfolk Hotel.
Yes.
If you turned your eyes to that side, you are caught immediately.
So you used to walk like this. So
And you are flog marched to a magistrate. You know Nyayo House?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you know the museum down there? Where they are.
Oh, the museum, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a court of law. Its magistrate was called Emily.
Emily.
You will be flogged, marched from Norfolk Hotel because of looking at the side where European women and men are drinking tea. And you will be charged by the act of he watched
You're guilty of
Bwana.
watching.
He watched Bwana and Memsab taking tea. And then immediately you put to jail for 3 months.
What is the pettiest thing you were ever arrested for?
No, I was not arrested because I looked at a woman drinking tea. I was arrested because I was an active freedom fighter to liberate this country, Kenya.
And
That is why I was put to jail for 7 months. And I can tell you, I was to jail together with my biological father. I stayed with my biological father in prison for 7 years.
7 years. For the sacrifice.
Fighting for you to become... fighting for you to become a doctor. You have studied in a higher institution, and you cannot tell me any day that you are put into a lecture room to be lectured how you can forget things. If you did, you can tell us.
No. You have a point. You have a point.
Yes. Therefore, what we did for this country cannot go away. And we want our children, including you who are here, to know that somebody somewhere died for your prosperity. If you cannot give them anything because perhaps you do not have, appreciate them. It is not necessary that you give them anything material. But appreciation, remembering that this country was occupied by another nation, and it was liberated by people through brevity and forethinking about their country. Then that need a greater appreciation.
I'll do something differently. I'll ask you questions on some of the things you eat. So this is just a yes or no segment.
Okay.
So things that you eat. Do you eat sausages? Do you eat sausages?
Not now.
Thank you.
Not now.
Okay. You used to eat them though? You used to eat them? You used to eat them before?
Yes.
Sausages?
Yes.
But at some point you stopped?
Yes. Some point I felt that sometimes I feel they are not tasting, sometimes I feel over taste in the sausages. And then I said I discontinue eating them. Let me eat what I can find around.
Okay. Guys, when sausages start tasting awful, do you eat hamburgers?
Not very often.
Hamburgers. Do you eat chips?
Sure?
Chips.
Chips? No, at all.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Do you eat chicken?
Yes.
Kienyeji?
Kienyeji chicken. I have somebody
Yes.
who looks after my kienyeji chicken
Yes.
in Mwala and the Kirimambogo market,
Kirimambogo
where
market.
old mothers bring their chicken to sell. We buy them.
Okay. Sawa. Samosas? I'm trying to vet the most dangerous foods.
Samosa no. I left samosa for very many years ago.
Okay.
Because I understood
Yes.
that some people even when they have minced
Yes.
that
Cuts.
meat,
They
they
mince
can
cuts.
mince any type of meat.
Ah, okay. That's a clever decision. Clever decision. Mutura? I'm sorry, guys. I know that touches the heart of Mutura. But we have to know how.
Mutura.
Yes.
You mean those muturas who are done on the roadside?
Yes.
No.
Not safe.
But we make mutura.
You make for yourself.
Yes. If we make mutura, we can make a mutura similar to those who are eaten by our own generation.
Okay. So mutura, self-made. Mayai pasua? Mayai pasua?
Which one is that?
The eggs that they boil and this mayai boil on the streets, you eat that?
Boiled eggs. We have eggs in the home.
Okay.
We use that.
No, not on the streets.
We don't go to buy them.
Okay. No history of aflatoxin. No history of aflatoxin.
No.
The ugali, you eat ugali, right?
Yes.
Homemade, ama you buy the flour?
Homemade.
Everything custom made.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think the least.
At our age,
Yes.
it is not often that we go to kiosks
Yes.
or to hotels to eat food.
Yes.
We stay at home. If we are hungry on the road, we persevere that we get home soon to eat.
When you're hungry on the road, you persevere
Yes.
until you get home
Yes.
to eat. And you have very, very good English. Very, very good English. Very, 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 very articulate. Where did that come from?
I did not go beyond that, but lately I went to the school. I am a graduate from the University of Life.
Okay. I don't think we, a thank you is enough for the sacrifices that were made back then. And I'm not sure how many people would go for a fight in the name of fighting for the country if that was to happen today. So as your final word of advice on today's show to the young people,
Yes.
what would you have to say?
I am very happy that I've met many young people, girls and young people who belong to this country. When I went to war with my colleagues, we went to war to fight against the British enemy, to move out of our country so that our freedom can come back to us. After that, we have spent a lot of money, we young generation, to educate you. A mother in a village who does not even earn 10 shillings a month, when she gets 50 shillings, 5 shillings, she keeps it aside because she wants to pay school fees for her son or daughter. We have done that for many years. And I am sure you know that, because that is where you have come from. But when you become educated, You do not look forward. You just bend, look at your stomach, and think, how can I feed my stomach? How can I wear the best suit in how can I drive the best car? That is what you're looking for. What would I advise you as an old man? I would advise you to work hard. Look for all the kind of material you want. But do not think you have come to an end because you have that. You will only come to an end when you will help your country in whatever way you will help your country, and the people of your country become one nation, one country. I want to finish with these little words. No human being the world over is self-sufficient. All human beings are interdependent. Each one of them is a condition to the other's existence. If you bear that in mind, you will not hesitate to help another human being. Because without the other human beings, you cannot live. Love them and help them wherever you can.
Wapi makofi ya mzee Gitu Wa Kahengeri. Asante sana. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to our show.
Yeah.
We hope to invite
Thank
you
you.
again, and I pray that you hit the 100 mark and beyond.
Thank you very much.
Asante
Thank you.
sana. That's it for the Wicked Edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.